All right, guys, it's Paul Singh, the market speculator with bullsonwallstreet.com. We're going to talk about the JNUG short trade today. Great trade here. One of my favorite setups, a really aggressive setup that can yield some really quick profits in a very short amount of time. Almost a hybrid day swing trade in a sense, but a part-time trader can take this type of aggressive trade. Before we begin here, really quickly, later today I'm going to put out the free weekly swing report. So if you're not a member of the daily trade report, you can get a good feel for what I do and get some good, valuable trading ideas to start the week. Just sign up in here and you'll get that Monday morning. You get it every Monday morning for free. So make sure to sign up for that. And then if you want the daily swing trade report, just go to swing trade alerts here. Scroll to the bottom of the page. You can listen to my Chat with Traders interview to get more of a feel for me. And then you can sign up for the monthly report if you just want to try it out. But the annual plan here, you get 50% off. Instead of $1,200 a year, it's $599 a year, an awesome value there. And it looks like Kanal here is giving you something free as well, a short intro class for day trading, which is awesome. So check that out. Now let's get back to the JNUG trade here. Now this is a parabolic short trade. Anytime a stock has moved, 50 to 100% in a relatively short period of time, I'm looking for that short opportunity, kind of a trend within a trend trade. And it's an aggressive trade. You're going against the prevailing trend, and it's been explosive and can continue to go up. So you have to really know how to time it, and that's what a lot of novice traders, the mistake they make. This is another one of those things that gets added to the reasons why 90% of traders fail. They just see that it's extended, they know about it, the short setup, and they think, okay, I can just jump in. And if you just jump in, you're going to get crushed here. You have to be able to identify the signal. And we talk about swing trading in general. It's a science and an art. We have these objective measures, but then part of it is experience and feel and understanding what's going on. And you can see it did pull back a few times here, but we never did get short because it wasn't quite there yet. We weren't quite that extended. If we look at the stochastic measure, which we look at over bot conditions, wasn't even up above 70 yet, even though it had made this amazing run. We'll say from about 65 here. Once it hit 130, that was 100%. We started getting in around 200% up here. And here we could really feel it was extended. Oftentimes in these runs, you get that one last really strong push, which is what we saw here. And at that point, I'm really looking closely for a signal to get short, but I need that signal. And I finally got it here back on the 2nd. And you can see here, it made that push intraday where it was trying to run up and hit 200 and then ultimately failed. That was a good signal that it was losing steam, that run, at least temporarily, is over. So towards the end of the day, we got in short. I sent an alert out to Trade Report members at 170. And we were looking at this gap fill here around 150 to be our initial target. So entered at 170. The very next day got right in here around 150. I decided, since it had moved in here so fast, I felt like there was going to be some more room to the downside. So held it for another day and got out two exits here. Took half off at 146, the other half off at 140. Because we knew that this is a trend within a trend, and it's not failing completely. Eventually, it's going to bounce. Now, you can never time these things completely. It did eventually get down to about 130 here before bouncing, but we got a fantastic, 25 and 30 point move here within 2 days. I mean, this is the type of move that you'll look for in a swing trade, lasting a month or 2 months. If I can get 25 or 30 points in that period of time, that's awesome. Here we got that in 2 days, and that's how explosive this setup is, where you can get these month or 2 month type swing trades within a couple of days here. Now, you do have to be able to manage it a little closer to normal. So if you're a part-time trader with a full-time job, which I was for 5 years, it's how I built my account up, you have to have some measures to help you out here. You can put in limit orders, stop and a limit, so it'll stop you out if it goes against your weight. You don't need to be watching. You can use a set it and forget it methodology I always talk about, Or if you can monitor the thing 2 or 3 times a day, say on your breaks, your lunch break, you got your mobile phone with you. If you can sneak a peek every once in a while, you can do this trade also. So even though it is a more aggressive trade, I call it a kind of a hybrid swing day trade. You still can do it if you've got that full-time job. Now, where do we go from here? I actually thought about getting long once. I wanted to get long once it got past the 9. On Friday, it did that, but it really exploded here, and I didn't have a chance to get in. So I'm looking for a little bit of a pullback or a break of the highs here, either one, and I'll get back into the long side. I still love the volume pattern here. So remember, this trade is a trend within a trend. It doesn't mean I think gold is breaking down here. Another factor to think about here is JNUG is a triple leveraged, and you get these huge moves with these triple leverage stocks. You can see the underlying is JDX, which is actually gold miners, and we were trading junior gold miners, but essentially very similar. And you can see the percentage gains just aren't the same here between JNUG and JDX. And you can also use Nugget, which Canal likes this one because it has a little more liquidity. But since these are trading with an underlying, I don't worry about liquidity quite as much, even though we got 1 million shares here, so that's still pretty good in terms of volume. But we're looking for that next move here. We still like the volume pattern. I won't get bearish on gold and the gold miners until this volume pattern changes, until we start to see red bars coming up in here. So still bullish, looking for the bullish entry, but between these bullish moves, you can get these very quick pullbacks that can net you 20, 30 points in something that's like $100, $200 stock within a couple of days here. So keep that in mind. That was the JNUG trade. You can see our stats here. It's been a fantastic 2016. Now I've got to update it here. I don't have the JNUG stock in here, and I got a couple of losses in here, which is another thing. When you get these huge trends, especially in commodities, we're in a momentum market in commodities. You want to ride these things for everything you can. And then when it does pull back, you might take a couple of small losses here, but the big wins are gonna outweigh that. So that's our 2016. We're crushing it here, up over 30%. And if you're interested here, again, check out the Bulls on Wall Street Swing Trade Alerts page. Go down to the bottom here, and you can sign up here. And you can also get a free weekly swing trade report, which will really give you a good feel for what I'm doing. So that's it. Until next time, I'll see you then.